You're recording.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joni Morrow, and tonight I would like to talk to you about one of my favorite recipes. This is my Aunt Nell, my great Aunt Nell, and she passed on a legacy of cooking to our family. She was a fantastic cook, and she liked to cook everything, and she taught us, all of the males and the females in our family, how to cook. And one of my fondest memories as a child was great spreads of food, which you can see in the bottom of the screen there, at her house. And she always made squash casserole at all of our family events, whether it was a funeral or a celebration, a wedding or a party or a church event. Squash casserole was always there. And that tradition is carried on even now in my family. Regardless of what the event is, someone is always going to make squash casserole. It's still a family favorite in our family today. So I'd like to talk to you about that recipe tonight. Squash casserole is a Southern family recipe. It seems like everybody has a way of making it. My Aunt Nell's recipe was primarily made up of summer squash, cheese, and crackers. Saltine crackers, to be precise. In her recipe, there's 8 total ingredients, and there's 4 main steps, including prepping the ingredients, mixing the prepared ingredients, and baking the mixture. And now I'd like to talk to you exactly how to make the squash casserole. First, you'll want to organize the components. To save time later on in the process, you'll want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And you'll want to peel and slice about a pound of yellow squash. And you'll also want to peel and dice 1 onion. You'll boil a large pot of water on the stove, and you'll add the peeled squash and the diced onion to the boiled water. You'll allow those ingredients to boil totally until the squash and the onion are completely soft. And then you'll drain the squash and the onion. You'll drain the squash and onion, the excess water from those ingredients. Now it's time to mix the prepared ingredients. First, what you'll need to do is allow the drained squash and onion to cool completely. And the reason you want to allow the drained squash and onion to cool is because you're going to mix in a beaten egg. And if you don't allow for the cooling process, that egg will scramble, which you don't want in your casserole. You want to make sure that it's completely cool to room temperature so that the egg doesn't scramble. And the egg is necessary to hold the casserole together. So you will add a beaten egg, a tablespoon of butter, 1 cup of cheese, 1 sleeve of crushed saltines, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. And if the consistency is too thick at this time, you'll also want to add milk until you have the desired thinness that you want of a casserole. Once all the components have been added to the squash and the onion mixture, you'll want to stir them well. Now you'll want to grease a casserole dish and combine that mixture that you've just made, into the greased casserole dish. And here you'll want to take just some plain American cheese and top that casserole with the American cheese and slide it into your 350 degree preheated oven. You'll bake that mixture for 30 to 45 minutes or until it's golden brown. In conclusion, as I said earlier, my great Aunt Nell did pass on this recipe to me and the rest of my family. She taught us that squash casserole has 8 ingredients, 4 main steps in the cooking process, and I've discussed 3 of these main steps. The 4th is the most important step, and it's my favorite step. The 4th step, of course, is eating the casserole. I hope you'll enjoy it.
I need to see the casserole, Joni. Okay. Let me get your face so you'll know yourself when you... All right. Thank you.